What is up, everybody? It's your boy Neezy Baby 84 coming at you with the Daily Drive, a little Instagram update. AI. I tell you, there's so much conflict and thought for AI right now and its place in society. AI has been like my best friend lately, outlining a lot of things for education, school, and really just asking substantial questions. So it's kind of crazy, trying to understand where AI fits into our modern day. Thinking about how the government uses AI, the military uses AI to run simulations and war games and so on and so forth. It makes you feel kind of like an 80s movie, truthfully. But like in our everyday lives here, how can we use AI? And it's difficult, right? Like, changing times means we have to keep up with the times, especially when it comes to our careers and professions and continue to make money. So as of lately, I've had outlines done. Panama City Beach, I did a lot of outlining for education. Got a discovery flight set up this coming Saturday to go with a pilot. Flying, we're gonna see. I'm in the mode where it's like, look, either go back to school or I'm gonna become a pilot, one or the other. If I think about school, I'm thinking about law. My background's political science and history. I graduated cum laude out of CCNY, City College, New York City. But with lately, I've been back in the library. I've got my paralegal books. I've got a prep book waiting to come in for the LSATs. I've got an LSAT comprehension book that I have to pick up tomorrow. And I've really been trying to hone in on everything. And I've been re-engaging with politics and really just kind of going down. But in terms of the outlining and everything, AI has been kind of I've had it on the hip lately. Like, I'm in an area where I don't have a network, right? And finally, in the last year, I've used a lot of AI. I've used a lot of JatChipita, as I've heard it called. I love saying JatChipita. I think it's the funniest thing. But, for my health and nutrition, understanding, body weight, mass, lean mass, all those, formulas that go into it, how to set up my diets, my workout plans, and so on and so forth. And now I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me use AI for education. And I've been able to outline scheduling and prep, study habits, and really kind of brush up on things that I know from my educational past and I know to be true. But without a network, I forget about those things. And, so I really needed to focus on what I want to do in this next chapter, the next half of my life. I'm 42. I'm over food service. I'm over the dumb shit. Man, I am, back into my educational pursuits. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And AI has really been a huge factor in motivation and how I'm approaching my desire to set myself back up for an educational journey. So in general, it's, AI it's legit, man. You go through these AI systems and you can ask AI to utilize whatever formatting you want, utilizing online sources, curriculum guides, blueprints, diagnostic. You can tell AI to pretty much put together whatever. I say to AI, okay, AI using online sources, give me a blueprint on studying for the LSAT and how to go about it. And in the blueprint, it gave me this long outline. I've got 10 points for my outline that I built the other day at the library. And the best thing about it is halfway down, when it came to splitting up my week, it said, AI is knowing that you work full time or you're driving cabs full time and that you work out 4 or 5 days a week, here's how to set up the week to keep your mind, fresh, and it gave me, Monday do this, Tuesday do this, Wednesday do this, so on and so forth. And it is really phenomenal, what AI can do for you. And just in general, this day and age of everybody trying to figure out what their next step is, AI, it's legit, and if you utilize it for the right things, you could go far. So that's,